Next place to farm, and probably the main focus that everyone should be doing, has to be this red book farming right here. Alright, 1.6 is probably the best thing that has happened through this update, because now we can farm these prime training data. You should be here. This is where you should dump your Eternium, because maxing out your character's skills is probably the biggest boon that you can give to your characters outside of like gear farming, right? Gear farming is really great. You know, going here into military supply op is really good. But honestly, this place right here with the new skill training data, the prime skill training data, this is the place to be. I highly recommend dumping your Eternium here. Not to mention, you can get some scattered records for the current event that is occurring. All right, now the next thing being is that simulation. There is a couple of changes when it comes to this. You should not be dumping any simulation tickets on special attack training or special defense training. All of your simulation tickets should be funneled to anti-air training, mostly because all of these like core cubes that we're going to be getting from here, this should be your main focus. And the reason being why you only use your simulation tickets on anti-air is because if you jump here into the workshop right here and then you go to this section, you can actually convert your SAPT cores into fusion cores. Fusion cores being like the next biggest thing for the entire game because it gets you to 110. So I highly recommend using all of your simulation ticket from operation and dumping it into anti-air training, because that is going to grant you fusion cores technically. And then as far as side stories go, I feel like everyone should at least be farming Kang So-young daily. He has to be one of the most important units for free to play, because soldier units, they're the most free to play squad in the entire game. Some of you might be wondering why. It's mostly because a lot of the SR or SSR soldier units are going to be given out for free, and the SR units such as Eddie Fisher, they're given out for free. So Kang So-young, Eddie Fisher, those are very great units for soldier comps. Not to mention John Mason and Jane Doe are really great for soldier comps. So in case you want to limit fusion like your soldier units, it's going to be one of the easiest teams to pull off because you can farm all of them. Not to mention the soldier banner will be coming in the future with SR units. So just please be aware, soldier units are going to be the most free to play teams because you can 110 them the fastest, because you can essentially farm the characters out. Now when it comes to free contracts, this task 333, this is probably going to be the most efficient stage in some ways to dump stamina for, you know, just getting like molds and gear. But honestly, if you want an even faster method to technically get gear, you would go into the supply op right here, and this is just for straight up like gear grinding and mold farming. But honestly, you will probably get a more bang for your buck EXP wise from task 333. But if you just want gear and you just want to expend some Eternium, then feel free to do the military supply op acquisition. And of course, when it comes to event, I highly recommend just like clearing these out. If there's ever an event that pops up and there's an actual shop in it, make sure to get the fusion cores out, because that is going to be your #1 priority. Just looking back over everything, this is going to be the best place for EXP and gold, you know, episode 5 hard mode. And then jumping here into supply op, I feel like this is the most important stage. Skill training data, prime skill training data, dump all of your Eternium here, max out all of your character skills. That's going to give you an insane boon for all of your characters. And then also using the simulation tickets and dumping all of your simulation tickets on anti-air training, because that is going to be the best way to get more fusion cores that you can convert within like the actual workshop. You just jump into the workshops, you go into here, you turn those SAPT cores that you got from the simulations from anti-air training into fusion cores. You can further progress within the game. Don't forget, soldier units are going to be the most free to play because you can farm Kang So-young out, you can farm Eddie Fisher out, you can farm Jane Doe and pretty much John Mason out. So, you know, make sure to look out for soldier units because they're just going to be really easy to use when it comes to 110s. All right, and then of course free contracts go. Task 333 is going to be the best place to farm gear if you need to do so, but honestly you should probably focus on prime skill data because this is going to be way more efficient. And then if you're wondering, you're like, what if I don't want to do any of that stuff, then you can go here into talent recruitment, and we actually are able to now farm for Ryan Barrier and Sylvia. Sylvia, as you guys know, is a top tier mech based character. She has an amazing stun, so you can even use her as a stun based character. So yeah, getting her to 110 is going to be crazy. Getting Ryan Ferrier to 110 is crazy. So make sure to go in here in case you want to 110 some SR characters fairly easily. So those are going to be the updates for, what you should be focusing on. Honestly, just be here, riot suppression, max out all of your character skills, and you will be in a correct direction. And gear to me is going to be like the secondary place, task 333, and of course jumping back here and then farming some character shards out. That would be like the next best place in my opinion, and of course working on your soldier comps on the side in case you want to do so. So in case some of you are also wondering, let's talk about the event really quick. So if you want to access the event, you're just going to jump into this section. Lee Jisoo is going to be available. We talked about it briefly earlier. You can get the data analysis just by performing supply ops and stuff. If you jump here into the help section, it'll actually tell you can get it by playing mainstream, free contract, side story. So pretty much any Eternium expending event sort of deal, you will get scattered contracts or scattered records. And then if you go to the analysis missions, these are the things that you have to do in order to essentially get Lee Jisoo. This isn't going to be expiring for at least 18 days, as you can see here. So just go ahead and just spam all of these and you will be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and ensure like some stuff right here. We'll wait until we can actually clear something out, because this will like guarantee, but like I want to clear out that block. We're just going to sort of spam them in like this situation. And honestly, you have more than enough time to unlock everything. I feel like Lee Jisoo is not a big deal, and she's going to be a great like awakened character that we can all use absolutely for free. Let's go ahead and jump into some PvP over here into strategy battle. We're going to be fighting this person right here. I feel like strategy battle is like probably the most straightforward sort of gameplay within the game, because all you really have to do here is you use the most meta units currently within the game, or the units that you feel that will get you a win. I'm not really using a meta team because yes, I'm using mech meta and I'm using meta like counter units down below, but just note when it comes to like strategy battle, it's really focused on the fact of like, are your characters essentially higher leveled than everyone else is, and are you using more meta? It's not as creative as ranked battle, but you could say this is more of like the traditional method, like the normal method that everyone's sort of used to when playing a gacha game. Personally, I like it in some ways I don't like it because I'm not good at PvP. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but for this one, I'm just using like my mech team. It's performing all right so far. I'm a little bit worried because there are some things where it's like they're using like more like tank barriers and all that stuff, but it looks like we're gonna be like taking the win on this one. And of course, make sure to use Jisoo if you want a stun based character. If you copy like Jisoo and pretty much Sylvia, they're gonna be like the stunners in this game. So that is going to be the PvP match right there. Thank you very much. Also, just note that if you lose in strategy battle, there is no loss to you. All that happens is the person gets like a win. That's all that happens. You don't demote from like losing in strategy battle, which I absolutely love. Just note in the future, this can be like your main methodology in order to farm gauntlet points, because things are going to change and you don't have to pay attention to ranked battle whatsoever. I've been slacking on it a little bit because I've been a little bit busy, but just note that is going to be some PvP right there, and the best place to farm is going to be riot suppression. Anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 25,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.